I'm back. Did you guys miss us? Yeah, it's been a while since we've done a bus build video because, well, the holidays showed up and Scott's work schedule, and then he was sick for 2 weeks, so that really slowed us down. But we actually have been working on the bus some. We've been working on the solar power system on the inside of the bus, in the area that will be the garage. So more on that later. But today, I thought it might be fun to do a holiday video. I don't know about you guys, but most of you know that I'm from a big family. I'm the 7th of 7 kids. And around our house, holidays meant lots of food and lots of family and lots of chaos. But my mom was a great cook. She was a fabulous cook, and I mean, you kind of have to be when you have 7 kids. You got to feed them. But her skills in the kitchen passed down for generations to come, and we have lots of men and women in our family that are awesome cooks. And every good cook has that signature dish, right? Yep. Every good cook has a signature dish. So my mom's signature dish for me was her yeast rolls. That woman could make some serious yeast rolls. Everybody loved them. Now my mother-in-law, hers is dressing. The woman can make a mean pot of dressing. My sister, Navajo tacos. Oh my gosh, if you've never had Carlene's Navajo tacos, you haven't lived. And my sister-in-law, she can make the best banana pudding from scratch. I don't even know anybody who does that, who cooks pudding, but she does, and it's amazing. And my daughter makes Italian cream cake that is to die for, which, by the way, she got the recipe from my mom, who was amazing at it as well. My daughter-in-law, pies of all kinds. She can make so many delicious pies, but Scott's favorite is her blackberry pie, and she even makes it sugar-free for him, which is so sweet. But today, I thought I'd introduce to you another member of our family who has a signature dish of his own, my brother, Virgil.
Hi.
So this is my brother, Virgil. I told you I'm number 7 of 7. You're number 3?
3.
3 of 7. And Virgil's signature dish is jambalaya. He can make some serious jambalaya, and I've had it in many a family get-togethers over the years. Now, Virgil, exactly how is it that a good old boy from West Texas made jambalaya his signature dish?
Well, back in the 70s, I spent a lot of time in South Louisiana, Baton Rouge, Lafayette, New Orleans area, working in the energy sector. And I got to make some good friends there with names like Thibodeau and Landry and Guidry and Ponson. And these guys took this kid from West Texas, raised on tamales and enchiladas and tacos, and started feeding him gator and boudin and crawfish and jambalaya.
Yep.
So working with them for so long, I got introduced to their food and kind of give you an idea or insight as to how Cajuns come about their cuisine and their cooking style. You gotta think, well, if you've ever watched Animal Kingdom and you were inspired to write a cookbook, you might be Cajun. If you ever gave up Tabasco for Lent, you might be Cajun. And if you think the 4 seasons are deer, turkey, squirrel, and rabbit, you're probably Cajun. So, or if you ever pulled off the side of the road, pick up a turtle to take home for dinner.
Yeah, might be Cajun, huh?
And that's where the influence came from for that. So with that said, laissez le bon temps rouler. Or if you can't understand really bad French in a West Texas accent, let the good times roll.
Sounds good.
All right, to get started, the ingredients you'll need is rice. We're using minute rice today for the sake of time. You can use cooked rice, any type of rice you really want to use. The meats will be sausage, a smoked sausage, and there again, use any kind of sausage you want. Most Cajun cooking uses andouille, but I prefer the smoked. Chicken, I like the chicken thighs. The boneless chicken thighs is the easiest to cook and divide up. All right, then we're gonna go to our vegetables, which the bell pepper, and you'll need a good sized one. It'll be chopped. Green onions, chop a bunch of them, and the garlic. And kind of on that, you can use the minced garlic if you prefer. If not, use 4-5 cloves of garlic to your own taste. You want a couple of good onions. I like the yellow ones, but there again, whichever onion you prefer, chopped. Celery, I like celery in mine. And I try to cut it in small enough pieces that when it cooks right, so that you don't have it too hard. You usually use about 3-4 stalks of that. As you can guess, this is kind of play it by ear to your taste. All right, now on to the what we call the roux or the sauce. To get started, we start with a whole stick of butter. And once you melt that down, then you can add your Worcestershire sauce, liquid smoke, at least 10 to 12 ounces of V8. And you can use the spicy if you like to spice it up. And A1 sauce. And that's gonna combine for your roux to saute your vegetables and meat in. You also need a can of diced tomatoes. I like the ones with the green chilies in them. And then your dry spices, you've got your paprika, a dash of cayenne, and of course salt and pepper. And with that, at the end, you pretty much use your Tabasco to spice it up to your taste. You can get it too hot with that, so know what you're doing. All right, so we got our meat together. We got our chicken thighs. We're cooking for about 7 people.
Yeah, about 7.
So salt and pepper, the thighs. I'd like a little pepper on the sausage. And then I will tenderize the chicken, knock it down a little bit, and put it on the grill. I don't want them totally dried out, but cook through, because it's going to cook more while you're doing it in the roux. We want to put our meat on the grill. We'll lay these chicken thighs out and the sausage on. Keep a close eye on it so they don't get overdone. You want to cook these about halfway cooked, really, because they're going to continue to cook when you put them in with the roux and finish them out.
Okay, so we got all of the vegetables chopped up, and next we're going to take a stick of butter and Just a few good shakes of Worcestershire. And a little bit of liquid smoke. About that much?
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to let that melt down, and then we're going to put the vegetables in and saute them in this.
All right, we're gonna do a little salt and pepper. Just a little right now. We'll do more. Want to saute these the vegetables on about medium high, and you want to do it until the celery starts to get tender. That's going to be your gauge when it starts getting tender.
When it's no longer crunchy?
No longer crunchy.
Okay.
And then at that time, we'll add the rest of the sauce or the roux in and the meat. Okay, I've added about a tablespoon of garlic in here at this point, with the celery just about to get ready to add the rest of the roux. Okay, let's start the roux. We're going to start with about 6 to 8 ounces of V8 juice. It's kind of a half can deal.
All right, you guys don't know it, but it is really beginning to smell good in here.
All right, my secret sauce, A1, makes a good roux. You want about half the bottle.
Man, that's looking good. Let me see if I can get you guys where you can see inside.
And some more Worcestershire. Sprinkle it down pretty good. Like I say, you can taste this as you go, add if you want, but it's hard to take away. And a dash of liquid smoke in. And then the final, I'm using Rotel tomatoes with green chilies.
Man, that looks good.
That makes our roux.
So you
We'll
just
let that cook a little bit, and then we'll add the meat to it.
all right, so you're just letting it simmer to get the flavors together, or, okay. That looks so good. Yeah, it does. It smells really good.
Let's dump our meat in.
And you said you just kind of cooked this meat to about 2/3 of the way, half the way?
2/3,
Yeah.
because it's going to cook more in here with this.
Yeah.
You want to get this all blended together so those flavors marry, whatever you call it, become
Sounds
one.
That
And
sounds good.
this will finish out the vegetables on it and the roux.
And then you just let this simmer for a while?
Let it simmer.
Okay, let me show you guys what this is looking like. Does that look good or what?
Next, we'll make our rice, and then when this is through, we'll fold it all together. And the longer it sits after that, the better it tastes.
Okay, while the rest of that is simmering and marrying its tastes together, we're gonna get the rice ready to go. Since we've got about 7 people coming for dinner tonight, we're going to make 5 cups of rice, but you can play with that amount depending upon how many people that you have coming over. I'm only putting about 4 cups of water in. I've already got some butter in here. And I'm gonna put a good spoonful of better than bouillon in here to give it some flavor. And then we've got the rest of the V8 that Virgil didn't put in with the meat and the vegetables that we're gonna pour in for the rice. Now we'll bring all of this to a boil and we'll add our minute rice, 5 cups of the minute rice in. And once it is steamed and plump, we'll fold it into the rest. Okay, now that we've got the water and the V8 and the better than bouillon boiling, we're going to add in our rice. And as I said, we're going to put 5 cups in. So here's 4. Got to get that stuck to the sides. And 1 more. And remember, any recipe is just a suggestion. You know, you just kind of do it however you feel like it's right. We're going to add this in, let it boil for just a second. And then we're going to cover it and let it fluff up. The V8 and the better than bouillon will flavor up the rice nicely. And then we will fold it into the roux and the meat and the vegetables. Just look at how delicious that looks. It's all mixing together nicely. We decided to add a little bit more V8 in there just because we wanted a little more juice. But it's smelling so good, and our celery is just this side of crunchy. It's not completely mushy yet, but it's well cooked. Okay, so we have the rice ready. You see it gives it a nice color with the V8 in it and the better than bouillon in it. And we have the rest of it ready. Now, we didn't really tell you how much cayenne or salt or pepper to put in. That's really to taste. It depends on how spicy your family likes it. And the Tabasco you can add in to your bowl, unless everybody likes it the same heat. So just add in as you like it.
Okay, we're going to fold this all together, and if you have a big enough pot, it's real easy. Cook your rice in it and then dump your other stuff, start it in. But this time we're going to dip half the rice in, dip half the meat in, and back and forth until we have it folded in.
Yep. So I had Virgil come and show me how to do this, because usually we just make him do it at family get-togethers, but I wanted to serve it for Christmas Day with my own kids and grandkids. And Rude, he's just going to stay at home with his kids and grandkids, whatever. But this way I will know from the chef himself how to get it done right. I think my family's going to love it for Christmas Day. What are you guys having for Christmas Day?
Chicken and dumplings.
Chicken and dumplings. That sounds good. Yeah, at this point, we're all kind of tired of turkey and dressing, so you have to get creative.
There's an easier way to do this than how we're doing it, but this is how we're doing it.
Yeah, do it however you want to. Now we can't miss all that good roux. Pour that in. Need me to scrape or no, you got it? Okay. Let me show you what that's looking like now. Of course, we will stir it all together. But doesn't that look good? And now for our favorite part, sharing it with our family. The recipe for the jambalaya will be linked below if you're interested. And next time that you see us, it will be an episode about the solar power system that Scott's been working so hard on. But until then, keep it old school.